This is Coyote News.
Field teams captured 11 events in Brookings on Saturday. Senior Lara Bowman set a new personal record in the weight throw. Both the men and women took the top 4 spots in the pole vault, and senior Ben Hammer won the shot put with a throw over 60 feet.
With intramural starting up for the spring semester, the officials are going through their training. Basketball training ended last week, and men's and women's basketball leagues began. Officials took turns calling a game for their last training event. College students make up the team of officials for intramurals. This semester, officials will be calling basketball, soccer, softball, and several other sports. Assistant Director of Intramurals Connor Singheisen says that submitting a resume and putting in the effort is all you need to be an official.
The Coyote women's swimming and diving team won their duel against Omaha with a final score of 181 to 117. The women set a new record in the first event of the duel, the 400 medley relay. Sabrina Sobadianu, Isabel Davenport, Cassie Ketterling, and Katie Coleman completed the race in 4 minutes, 23.78 seconds. Later, Maddie Lavin claimed a victory and set a new record in the 200 butterfly. South Dakota men and women's team host SDSU on Saturday in the Dakota Dome. The life of a student athlete requires balance between school and sports, but what effective academic resources are available to student athletes? The Sport Report's Nick Wilson went to the Student Athlete Success Center to learn more.
To many, the success of an athlete happens on the playing field. However, since its creation in 2012, the Student Athlete Success Center has guided USD athletes to victory in the classroom. The center was formerly located in the basement of the Arts and Sciences building. Now, student athletes and advisors such as Rebecca Jensen make the most out of the new facility.
You know, before when we were over in the Arts and Science building, you would have thought it was China, the way students were asking, acting like, oh, can we just do this advising appointment over the phone? I don't want to walk all the way over to the Arts and Science building. But being over here in the library has really made it super student friendly.
The advisors not only set up student athletes with tutors if needed, but also help prepare them for upcoming deadlines. All this assistance has led to a 59% increase in student athletes earning a 4.0 term GPA since 2012.
Meeting with those students, it's not just what do we have due coming up this week, and instead of, hey, you missed your test last week or you missed your paper last week, it's, hey, we have a paper coming up next week, and how are we going to prepare for that? And let's make an appointment with the Writing Center here on Wednesday so you have time to make those corrections on Thursday and turn in your best possible work on Friday.
Jensen says many students use the space whether they're required to or not.
The students that you see out in that space, there might only be a handful that are actually having to get hours in there. The rest of them are just student athletes here in between classes that just want to get some studying in while they have time, because time is precious, especially to a student athlete.
For the Sports Report, I'm Nick Wilson.
Both the men and women's basketball team faced off against Omaha on Saturday. The men were defeated with 68 points to Omaha's 75. The loss comes despite sophomore Stanley Amude's 4th straight 20-point game. The Coyotes went into the second half of the game ahead by 3 points, but were unable to hold off the Mavericks. Their next game is tonight against North Dakota. The women won their game 80-49, and 5 players reached double figures. Junior Kira Duffy led the women with 17 points, followed by junior Madison McKeever with 14 points. The Coyotes' next game is tomorrow night at North Dakota.
The Coyotes earned several Summit League honors this week. Sabrina Sabadianu was recognized as the Summit League Swimmer of the Week. She won all 4 of the events she swam in the Coyotes' duel against Omaha. Sarah Shank earned Diver of the Week with a season-best 1-meter dive. She also won the 3-meter dive. Chris Nielsen was named the Summit League's Co-Athlete of the Week. He cleared 18 feet, 6 3/4 inches at the Jim Emmerich Alumni Invitational on Saturday. Nielsen leads the summit with the jump by 2 feet. Tommy Vining is picked to be one of the top golfers in the Summit League. Sydney Ebel is live in the muck to talk with him. Sydney?
Thanks, Nick. We're here to talk about this upcoming season. What are your goals this season?
Just to embrace it with my last semester. I'm just excited to, enjoy the time with my teammates and enjoy the places that we go and hopefully cap it off with a Summer League championship.
And what are the challenges of practicing inside as opposed to outside?
You just don't see the ball fly as far. We hit it into a net, and then we're putting on artificial green, so it's just not the same conditions, and you don't have the wind and the different conditions that come with being outside. So that's just the biggest challenge. But we also get a lot of time to work on our technique, so there are positives to it.
What are you doing as a team to prepare for this season?
In the Dome, we're doing a lot of competition stuff, and we're working out a lot, and we're getting fit and ready to. I know people don't think golf is, you have to be, too strong or fit, but, we take it seriously, and just a lot of competitive things throughout practice.
Do you have any team goals for this year?
To just embrace each tournament and enjoy each tournament, and hopefully that just is a byproduct of, winning a state or a Summit League championship at the end of the spring.
Thank you. The golf team's first contest will be in Florida on February 10th. Live in the Muck, I'm Sydney Ebel.
Thanks, Sydney. After the break, we asked students their thoughts on a petition that would combine the Dakotas. Interested in media? Contact the Cross Media Council.
This is Coyote News.
There's an online petition to combine both Dakotas into one large state.
The proposed name for the state would be Megakota. We asked USD students what they thought.
Here's what they had to say.
If we take over one Dakota, we could start taking over Wyoming and Colorado. I mean, we could go all the way down and just be Dakota.
I don't like it because I don't want to be associated with North Dakota.
It'd give us more representatives in the government and all that, so, hey?
North Dakota and South Dakota are two separate states that have, their own good qualities, so I don't think we should, mush them all together.
I think it'd be awesome because it'd be something really fun to say. Megakota.
There'd be a lot of little stuff you have to fix, like driver's licenses and different, tax things, so I think that's probably not a good idea.
North Dakota doesn't really get the opportunity to shine like South Dakota. So I feel like if we combine, it'll just become less important than it already is.
I think it's a bad idea, politically, but it'd be pretty funny.
I think it's kind of out of the ordinary, and I don't think it will become a real thing just because I think it's really far out there.
It'd be pretty cool. I think we should do it.
I feel like both of these states are kind of boring, no offense, and I think just making one big boring state would be fun.
I don't know what it would accomplish.
I'm from Arizona, so it doesn't really bother me too much.
I feel like this really isn't a new idea, just a viral one now, but it would be interesting.
Yeah, I'd be really excited to see how we would try and connect as a state, but really maybe just better just leave things alone for now.
I think we should just leave it for now.
Be sure to pick up a new issue of The Volant out today with a story about the finalists for the new Dean of the Law School.
That's all for Coyote News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
And be sure to watch and listen for Coyote News daily updates throughout the week on KAOR and the Coyote News social media pages.
Thank you, and have a great night.